Well, hello guys. Today, we are going to cover how the fight between Ultimate Saber-tooth and Ultimate Wolverine unfolds. And it all starts as we find ourselves in a mysterious and tense location, Rasputingrad, a city inside the Eurasian Republic. This place is currently being run by the Makers Council, which includes powerful mutants like Colossus, Magic, and Omega Red. But today's story isn't about them. We begin in the dim corner of a local bar where something very unexpected is going on. Right from the first panel, we see Ultimate Saber-tooth. Yes, that's Saber-tooth, running this bar like a regular local business owner. The night's coming to an end, and Saber-tooth is casually saying goodnight to customers, telling them to come again tomorrow. It's honestly a surprising and almost human side of him that we rarely see. But the moment the last customer leaves, everything shifts. Saber-tooth turns off the lights, locks the door, and instantly, we see the secret life he's living. The bar is nothing but a cover. In reality, Saber-tooth is working against the very government this city belongs to. He's been secretly smuggling mutants out of the Eurasian Republic, right under the council's nose. As soon as the coast is clear, he taps the floor twice, and two kids quietly crawl out from a hidden compartment. These are Artie and Leech, two young mutants trying to escape to freedom. This small moment connects a few threads we've already seen in earlier issues. In issue number 3, the Resistance was in desperate need of drivers, and we know they recently got a new one. Saber-tooth tells the kids their driver's on the way and will be here any minute. While they wait, he tells them he's made them something to eat. He says, "It's gonna be a long road. No stops, no breaks. You'll need something that lasts. Hearty soup. Good for the soul." And then adds, "People say that kind of thing. Doesn't always make it true." Even though the kids are nervous, they smile and eat. Saber-tooth also makes a Shirley Temple, but there's only enough for one glass. The kids don't mind. They're just happy to have something warm before the journey. But if you're paying close attention, this is where we get a quiet clue about who these kids really are. Artie can project thoughts into pictures, and Leech cancels mutant powers. And when Artie uses his ability for fun, Saber-tooth chuckles and agrees to tell them a story. He starts heading to the back door to take out the trash, saying he'll tell the story once he's done. Everything seems calm, until it doesn't. As Saber-tooth steps outside, he spots a military aircraft flying overhead, one of those constant patrol planes that scan the area for resistance movement. That's when he rushes back inside, lowers the lights, and tells the kids to hide again under the floor. His tone changes. "This is no longer a cozy night," he tells them. "Don't worry, it's gonna be alright. Just stay down until I say." Then, something else happens. There's a sudden noise at the front door. Someone's trying the handle, roughly. Saber-tooth tenses up. He tells the kids to stay quiet, then walks over to the door, thinking, maybe this is the driver, even though his instincts say otherwise. He opens it, but there's no one there. Just a hunched-over man across the street, mumbling about the bar being closed. He stumbles away like a homeless drunk. Nothing more. Saber-tooth sighs, locks the door again. But then, his expression changes. Something smells wrong. He sniffs the air and freezes. He's not alone. He follows the scent into the kitchen, steps inside, and stops dead. There's someone standing in the shadows. Saber-tooth narrows his eyes. "You," he says. "So the rumors are true. You're back from the dead, huh?" But then he tilts his head and sniffs again. "You smell rotten. Maybe you really are dead." He steps closer. "You're not dead, but you're not really you, are you?" And then, with a familiar sound, shuck, Wolverine's claws slide out. Saber-tooth just stares and mutters, well, you're definitely not yourself at all." This moment hits hard, because now that we know Saber-tooth is working with the Resistance, the history between him and Logan suddenly means something more. Earlier, he'd even joked to the kids about stories from his past involving Logan, but this isn't the Logan he knew. The way Wolverine moves, the silence, the eyes. Saber-tooth whispers, "I know you. I know Logan, and Logan wouldn't do this. You're him, but you're not him. Just an empty shell." Then he adds, "They messed with your mind, didn't they? They used their tools, poked around, just like they did with..." But before he can finish the sentence, Wolverine cuts his arm clean off. Of course, we can't have Saber-tooth spilling too many secrets about the Ultimate Universe, so Wolverine cuts him off, literally, before he can say more. But Saber-tooth barely flinches. His healing factor kicks in fast. As the muscle and bone twist back into place, he glares at Wolverine and growls, "I don't know why they've got you wearing a mask, but I'm going to rip it off and find out." He knows it's Logan. He's not guessing. There's history here. Suddenly, the comic shifts into a flashback. We see the two of them sitting at a campfire, wearing the old Resistance uniforms, the opposition. That symbol on their chest? Two crossed fists, like an X. It stood for mutant freedom, unity. A world where humans and mutants could fight together for something better. In this moment, they're not enemies. They're just soldiers, taking a rare breath. Logan turns to Saber-tooth and asks him to promise something important. He tells him that if he's ever captured, he doesn't want to be turned into one of their puppets and wants Saber-tooth to kill him if it comes to that. Saber-tooth interrupts, saying it won't happen. Logan stays serious and insists, saying he knows Saber-tooth can do it because he's seen how they twist people like them. After a long pause, Saber-tooth agrees and gives his word, but still believes it won't come to that. Back in the present, that memory still hangs in the air. It's what makes this moment so painful. The Logan standing in front of him now is the thing he swore he'd never let exist. The fight is savage. Wolverine slashes wildly, animalistic. Saber-tooth throws him against tables, slams him into walls. Every hit feels like it comes from both fury and heartbreak. Finally, Saber-tooth grabs him, claws digging into Wolverine's side, and tears the mask off. "If I'm going to kill you," he says, "I want to look you in the face when I do it. Run." But what he sees under the mask stops him cold. Logan doesn't look like Logan. His face is half wild, eyes bloodshot, teeth clenched like an animal. Whatever was human has been buried deep. Or worse, erased completely. And then Wolverine lunges. It's not a clean move. It's a savage, uncontrolled lunge. Claws out. He stabs Saber-tooth in the stomach, then bites into his throat, rips into him. Blood sprays. Flesh tears. And Wolverine spits something out. Something he pulled from Saber-tooth's neck. A tendon, maybe? Or his tongue. For the first time, Saber-tooth is stunned. Not by the pain, but by what Logan has become. And for just a second, it feels like he was holding back this whole time. Like he was hoping. Really hoping. There was still a piece of Logan left in there. That's when the driver arrives. A single sharp crack. A dart slams into Wolverine's side. Another kick, and he's on the ground, unconscious. It's Black Widow. And it all clicks into place. We already knew from issue number 3 that she was still active in the Resistance. She was one of the few drivers left, alongside Gambit and Kitty Pryde. She steps forward calmly, lowers her weapon, and nods at Saber-tooth. This is the first time we've really seen her in action, and she doesn't miss a beat. Saber-tooth just stares at Wolverine's motionless body. He doesn't understand how Wolverine was knocked out, or why his healing isn't working. Instead, there's a small voice from under the floor. "Yeah, that was me," Leech says, peeking out. A perfect little reminder of how powerful these kids actually are. Saber-tooth walks over to Logan's body, lifts him up over his shoulder, and turns to Natasha. "I'm coming with you," he says. "I want to see their faces when we walk in with this guy." So let me know in the comments how often do you like to see me upload these kind of stories, and for now, I'll see you guys later.